This is our first look at the new BMW Vision Neue Klasse. It's the company's latest concept car and it is a looker. But this isn't just a mere concept car flight of fancy design. It previews its next generation of architecture of vehicles that will be coming from around 2025. That will include Gen 6 battery that runs on 800 volt architecture and giving ultra fast charging times. We're talking about adding 300 kilometers of range in 10 minutes. It's bound to have a lot of performance, but we're not talking about performance or technical specs today. We're just talking about the whole design of this thing. It's a very striking design. We've seen a lot of polarizing designs from BMW in recent years, but this, well, this is pretty classy. And to get a little bit more insight into the BMW Vision Neue Klasse, I'm joined by Max, who's part of the design team. And Max, there's a lot to talk about with this car, but let's start with the front with this fully illuminated kidney grille design. Can you talk us through exactly what's going on here?
Yes, of course. I mean, we have something called our digital icons. So we included the double headlights, very iconic for BMW, as well as a grille or a kidney that is now a digital stage. And right now you can kind of see it glowing up and down in a three-dimensional way. And if I touch it, I love to touch it, I bring the light to the car and it wakes up.
Cool. There's a lot of depth in here as well. It's from wherever you're looking at this car, as you look through it, it looks like it goes all the way back inside here. It's a really unusual.
It goes all the way from the front over the side to the rear, and then it comes back to the side.
So this will obviously be maybe a suggestion of what the future of how we might see the face of BMWs. And obviously you've got some features that I can see, you know, the way it's a little bit like what we've seen on the 4 Series, how that dips down at the front. But this is a really interesting adaptation. But there's more light around this car.
Exactly.
So maybe when we go kind of around the side of the car, that we can sort of see exactly where it's done. And I think the most interesting thing I find about the side of the car is this really low belt line. So where the door kind of only comes up to is much lower than what we normally see on production cars. But you've got this e-ink running through.
Exactly.
So
e-ink.
Why?
Well, right now you see the super sleek body side of the car, and it doesn't have any door handles. So what we did, we have a sensor here, and in order to place the hand here, you see the e-ink flashing. It shows us where to place the hand up first. And if I place my hand, I call it digital handshake.
Okay.
So it signals us where to place the hand, and if I don't want to open the door, it would just go away.
Okay. So normally this is kind of dark gray, black, which is normally
Right.
when it's on. But when you approach the car, then it's showing
flashes.
you where the, well, not a door handle, but where to open the door.
Exactly. No, it will just be seamless, and will be this black line. We opened up, we made a larger greenhouse as well. We wanted to put the light into the car. That is the whole philosophy of the car as well.
Yeah. I mean, the whole side is very, very interesting. Obviously, you know, it wouldn't be a concept car without some door mirrors, the camera systems. But around the side, and as we go back around, you know, the roof line is really unusual. Not what we normally see in a BMW. It looks really striking. It really does. It's going back to that traditional saloon, kind of 2.5 box section. And I guess this is what BMW does best, is saloon cars.
It looks very BMW-ish, if you ask me. If I see it from the side and the front, I mean, yes, there are so many new design features in the car, but we concentrated on the form factor as well. It is, like I said, a true BMW from the side, the front, and the rear. And you can certainly tell, even though, like I said, we removed a lot of pieces.
One other thing is, this material down here, obviously now a lot of car manufacturers are much more aware of sustainability and recycled materials, and that's what's going on here, right?
Exactly.
This is just purely recycled, and it's showing it in its exactly how it is.
Yeah, this is, we try to use recycled material in many different places, and it actually fits perfectly to the car. So we wanted to make recycled material, but don't lose the design or especially the character of the car.
And then we move around the back of the car, and it's very unusual how it's really kind of cut off and angled at the back. But I guess the big feature is these lights, full width lights all the way across the back. You've got the BMW emblem there, but you've nothing else. These comes right up to meet the boot lid.
Right, that is a highlight. It's fully integrated into the body. It's not a separate piece anymore, but it just flashed with the body itself, and it's integrated into the whole form factor.
So I don't want to call it a spoiler, but you've effectively used the light rather than having the sheet metal come up. You've just gone, we'll just reduce it down and make it with the light. And the lights themselves, obviously, it's a similar story to what we see on the front. You've got all this depth as you look through, and you've got this kind of, I guess, pulsing sort of lights that you have as well.
Right. I mean, the light is pulsing right now. We have the same layers, the same depth of the lights in the rear as in the front. And the idea is that, well, we have charging indicators, right?
Okay.
And the idea is that you have a charging light in the front part that signals you how much % of the battery is already been charged. And the back should be a pulsating light to show you that the car is still charging.
It's still charging, yeah. It's a very striking graphic. And I really like the way it wraps right around the back of the car. When you see it directly from behind, it's got a lot of presence. And also now you've got this very interesting diffuser section here. Again, it's that kind of recycled material. Really, really interesting. But that's the exterior. We've a lot more to talk about inside, right?
Exactly.
So let's have a look inside, and you can talk us through exactly what you've created here.
So this is how we actually open the door. We place the hand, the sensor recognizes the hand, and will perfectly open the door.
Well, this interior is really, really striking. Not what I didn't expect to see a yellow corduroy interior in a BMW. But this is all, again, using recycled materials, but also using materials that are, I guess, warmer, more comfortable.
More light.
More light. Speaking of which, the interior. Tell us everything that's going on here, because there's a lot going on in here.
Yeah, I mean, we got, first of all, our new display in the middle. It has a very unique shape, a very BMW-ish shape, so it's tilted towards the driver. And we have our brand new layout in here as well. We got the super stack, so with the widgets on the left side that you can interact with in a vertical, but also in a horizontal way. Let's say switch the songs.
That looks really intuitive to use, yeah.
It's super easy, and it's super easy to reach with the hand as well.
Yeah.
But we have one more trick up our sleeves. So you see our perfect panoramic vision up there.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like, it's very impressive to see.
See, and super easy, 2-finger touch, and we swipe up the widgets.
There you go, yeah.
Onto the windshield.
Wow.
Even one more. We can swipe up to 3 widgets into the windshield and interact with the widgets in there as well, in a vertical as well as horizontal.
So these are just touch panels that you have on the steering wheel now.
Exactly.
And this is the kind of next sort of steering wheel of the future that we might see with the spokes at 12 and 6.
Right. So we can fully focus on what's going on up front. And the idea is, no matter if you drive 10 or 100 or 150 miles, you should always be able to focus on the road and try to leave your hands on the steering wheel and your eyes on the road.
So you've got this full width at the base of the screen. Obviously, it's not that the windscreen is higher, it's that you've used that space that would normally just be taken up by the dashboard, lowering the dashboard and creating this digital real estate inside. And you still have a head-up display.
We do have a head-up
display for the driver as well.
That's right.
But the passenger can see everything that's going on.
Everyone can see everything in the car, and that is one of our main features as well. Before it was driver only, and now we extended it to the co-driver as well. So this can be customized by me, the driver, but also the co-driver can interact with this as well.
And there's a lot of light going on here as well.
Yeah, we got the light.
Which is quite dynamic now, I see.
We got the light in the middle that is doing the communication. So it kind of builds the bridge between the car, so the physical part, and me, the driver. So the light should be the communicative part.
And obviously you've still got at the base all your main controls, your heating, ventilation, and stuff like that is all there.
Exactly. As well. And like I said, the light before, we have the temperature. We changed the temperature. More of a visual, it's more of a visual part than pure numbers.
Okay, yeah. This is really futuristic stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Perfect.
This is, I mean, it's very much like almost, I don't want to say like a video game, but it's, you know, this goes far beyond what we normally see as a display. Even the screen itself is the fact that it's not a rectangle. They're normally just always rectangles.
Right, right. Yeah. And that was one of the hardest parts, like I said. So design a display that only fits to a BMW. And this is what we came up with, driver focused.
So you can see how much it changes, but can you change the layout or the colors and things like
we
that?
actually can. So this is a BMW, so it naturally has a sport mode, which can be activated.
Okay, so this gives it a very different look.
Right.
And this is driver focused stuff.
This is fully driver focused.
Yeah.
This takes all the light off, so it's a very high contrast rate. And if we click on the display, we're coming back. So it's not about the interaction, it's all about driving.
Yes, yeah, wow. Impressive stuff. So that's our first look at this very impressive BMW Vision Neue Klasse concept. If you want to know more about it, head over to our website. It's CompleteCar.ie. You'll find it linked in the description below. And it's a great resource for all your latest car news and finding your next new car. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, but tell us what you think in the comments below. We'd love to know what you think about this car. In the meantime, please do remember to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.